Hello everybody, I'm here and my name is Alice. I go by Alice the Ordained on YouTube, and I'm going to show you real quick how to start off your yarn with a slip knot, and I'm going to go over how to do a few chains as well as the first few basic stitches that you need to know for crochet. So to get started, you're going to need some yarn. I just have a small ball here of, I believe this is size 5 chunky yarn. It might be size 6, I'm not certain. Anywho, it's very fluffy and very easy to see. And then I also have a 10mm hook here. You can use a size 4 worsted weight yarn and a 5.5 hook, 5.5mm hook. That'll be just fine for what we're doing today, but I wanted you to be able to see what we're doing without any trouble. So the way I like to start my yarn is I like to hold it like this. I put my hook inside, swing it around, switch hands, yarn over, and pull it through the loop. And then you can tighten it just a little bit. You don't want it too tight. So there's that. That's how I do that. I'm going to do it again for you, and if you notice, you just pull and it disappears. Okay, so you put it inside of your hook or inside of your hand. Leave this open a little bit so that you can pull yarn through it. You swing it around, cross it over, switch hands with that bottom piece, yarn over, and then pull that yarn over piece through while holding the bottom of the crisscross and pull it tight. Now, I know it's controversial how to start the loop. There are several ways that you can make a slip knot. As long as you have a slip knot, you're good to go. As long as it's tightenable from the working side. You don't want it tightenable from the other side because it might come loose while you're working on your project. So, as you see here, if I hold the knot and I pull, it'll get bigger. It's not doing that very well because I already tightened it. But then, if I pull on this side, it doesn't do anything. This is the free end. But if I pull on the working side, it'll tighten. So there's that. Now I'm going to show you how to do a chain. This is the foundation for most projects. You may need to do a magic circle for some projects, and I'll go over that in a future date because I'm not great at it. So I usually just use a variation of the chain in order to do my foundation for my projects anyway. So to do your chain stitch, you're going to yarn over and simply pull it through the loop that you're working from. That's a chain stitch. Very easy, and you'll notice it makes this V here. That's like the nice looking side of your stitch. I'll do a few more and then I'll show you the different versions or views of the stitch. So that's one chain. I'm gonna do 10. So here's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so you'll see I have these little bumps. That's the back of your chain. This here is the front of your chain where you can see all the little loops and it almost looks braided. That's the nice side of your chain. That's what you want to work from. And you can basically go into any of the 3 openings. So there's this opening here, and that's going through just the top loop only. And then if you go through that same opening, you can go down behind the back loop. So if I turn it over, you can see there's this back loop. You can go down behind that. That's the second option. Or if you want to get really fiddly with it, you can turn your chain and go in through this back loop only. And that's not typically recommended, but you can do it. I'm not going to show you that though. Okay, so working in the front of your chain, I've got mine a little mussied up now, but it's still the front. I'm going to count 2 chains from my working chain. So this is my working chain, 1, 2, and I'm going to do a single crochet. So I'll go into my loop, just the hook, yarn over, pull it back out. You'll have 2 loops on your hook. Sorry, I keep getting a little sideways. And then you go yarn over and pull through both loops. That's a single crochet. I'm going to show you a single crochet again. So you find your loop, your chain stitch that you want to go into. I'm only going into the top chain, so you don't need to yarn over before you go in. You just leave your hook naked. You go into the chain, yarn over your hook. Oh, you can't even see that. Okay, so you're in your chain, yarn over your hook, pull it back through your chain. Now you have 2 loops on your hook. You yarn over again and pull through both loops. That's a chain, that's a single crochet. The next stitch is called a half double crochet, and it's kind of in the middle of a single crochet and a double crochet. I'm not sure why they call it a half double and not like a, I don't know, something else. But anywho, in America we call it a half double crochet. And we yarn over, go through your chain, yarn over again, come back through your chain, and at this point you have 3 loops on your hook. This is correct. Okay? Now for a half double crochet, you'll yarn over and go through all 3 loops on your hook. I'm going to show you this one more time. You go yarn over into your chain, yarn over again, come back through your chain, yarn over one more time, and we'll go through all 3 loops on your hook. And if you have to fiddle with it a little bit, that's okay, that happens. I tend to have a tight tension. If you have a looser tension, that's fine, but mine is a little bit tight, so it can be a little fiddly sometimes. So we have our starting chain, our single crochet, our single crochet, our half double crochet, and our half double crochet. Now we're going to do the double crochet, and it's basically a half double crochet, but it's one more step in there. So a double crochet, you're going to yarn over, go into your chain, you'll yarn over again and come back through. As you notice, this looks a lot like a half double crochet. However, instead of going through 3 loops on your hook, you're going to yarn over and go through 2 of the loops, and then yarn over and go through 2 again. This is a double crochet, and if you'll notice, our stitches get a little bit taller with every increased stitch size. So again, for the double crochet, I'm just getting some more yarn over here. You'll yarn over, go into your chain, yarn over again, come out of your chain, yarn over again, go through 2 of the loops on your hook, yarn over again, and go through the last 2. And that is 1 double crochet stitch. So here on our work, we have a single crochet, half double crochet, and double crochet and double crochet. Now there's one more stitch I'd like to show you. I'm only going to go over it once. It's used in more difficult patterns, and it's called a treble. In American terms anyway, it's called a treble. And that's where you yarn over twice, and then you go into your chain. You yarn over again, come out of your chain. Now you'll have 4 loops on your hook. So you're going to yarn over, go through 2 loops, yarn over, go through 2 loops, and yarn over and go through 2 loops. And this, my friends, is a treble crochet, and it's much taller than a double crochet. So as you can see, we have a single, half double, 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 and a treble. And in my next video, I'll show you how we can utilize some of these stitches in order to make a granny square. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you would like to continue, you can just take this out and make a chain, or you can just make a chain from here and then turn around and work your way back. It'll be a little funky looking, but I'm sure you'll be able to figure it out when you get back to where we left off. And who knows, you might be able to make like a wrist cuff, or I don't know, something fun. Anywho, that's all for today. I hope you have a great day, and we'll see you again next time. Bye.